welcome back to my channel. So I haven't really posted anything in a while. I mean, I haven't really posted much on this channel, but I had every intention of doing like weekly vlogs and little updates and just filming a little bit more of life. And then, as you can probably guess by the name of this video, I am pregnant. So I had every intention of starting up this channel with Ernest, and then found out that we were pregnant on, it was actually on Pancake Day in February this year. So it's now the 26th of May, I think. So we're about 18 weeks pregnant. I'll be 19 weeks pregnant on Saturday, so that's so exciting. So yeah, we found out that we were having a little baby on Pancake Day, so hence the baby's nicknamed Baby Pancake. And life's just been lifing. I've not had the time, no energy or motivation to do any videos whatsoever. So I was feeling a little bit, I don't know, not disappointed, but I wished that I'd sort of documented it better to look back on in the future. So I have been doing some little TikTok videos, just like every couple of weeks, talking about new symptoms and what's going on. Just having a bit of a waffle really, which I'm really good at. So I thought I would pull them all together into a YouTube video, and this is going to be my like catch up the last 18 weeks with me. And from now I'm going to try and make an effort to record a bit more, do a bit more weekly things, weekly vlogs, updates, even if it's just like 5-10 minutes, just to have something to look back on and yeah, have some sort of good memories of this time, because it's so exciting. So don't want to say too much, I can't really remember exactly what's in the videos that I put on TikTok, but essentially we found out on Pancake Day, which I think I was 3 weeks exactly, or 3 weeks and 1 day, and I wasn't even like due my period yet. We did like an early detection test, but I just knew, I just had a feeling, I just knew that we had a little baby on the way. I'd say I'm quite in tune with my body, and I'd noticed things that weren't usual sort of PMS, things that I don't usually get, and we were sort of trying, I guess. It was planned. So yeah, I knew straight away. I probably would have done it earlier if I thought it would have showed anything, but I wanted to be sure. I didn't want to get a negative and then be disappointed and then, you know, not test until, and then find out loads later. We did record it, but it's not the best videos. It wasn't like the position of the camera and things wasn't my number one priority then, so I might insert that clip first of us finding out. We did one test on 3 weeks, or 3 weeks and 1 day, and then another one the next day, which was so much stronger, and that was like first morning urine as well, so that showed up straight away. And I think in the video you can see how like shocked, but not at the fact that we were having a baby, shocked at how dark the pregnancy test was, because the day before had been quite light. It was a definite line, but it was a light line. So the next day we were, yeah, a little bit shocked at how dark that line was and how quickly it sort of appeared. So we found out then. We didn't really tell many people. I think I'll explain it in the videos, but I was quite sick at the start. So we told a few people from work and the gym and things, and people that sort of needed to know. Because I ended up working from home for about 6 weeks, because I had quite a lot of sickness and things like that. So I might touch on that in another video, but I had to sort of get tablets from the doctors and things like that. So I'm feeling a lot better now, and I would say I'm like 90% over the sickness. It's just in the morning. Sometimes it's still quite bad, but it's so much better than it was, so I'm not going to complain too much. So yeah, we found out at 6 weeks. We had to go for an early scan at 9 weeks because I had some bleeding for quite a few weeks, sort of on and off spotting. So we went for an early scan, and that was like the most relieving thing ever. Again, I might do another separate video just on that, because I've yeah, like quite a lot to say about that. But yeah, just seeing on the screen for the first time was just absolutely amazing. And I was so anxious going into that scan. I was so worried, and I literally just burst into tears when she said everything was okay. Yeah, it was a couple of weeks, let me tell you. It was a whole thing. But then after that we had our 12-week scan, and seeing the difference from the 9-week scan to the 12-week scan was absolutely crazy. Little baby had grown so much, and it was actually looked like a baby, whereas in the first scan it just looked like a blob. There was no denying it looked like a blob. But yeah, by the second scan they just looked, yeah, like a baby. So cute. We've got all the pictures downstairs, and I've sent them to family and things like that. So that was incredible to see. And then we actually have our 20-week scan next week, so I'm going to try and bring you along to that as well and document that a little bit better than I have the other scans. But yeah, I can't wait to see a little baby again. It doesn't seem like 2 minutes since we found out. It's gone so quickly. I think because a good chunk of that I wasn't very well, and I was almost sort of wishing the time away until I hit the end of that first trimester. It seemed to go really quickly, and I can't believe we're almost halfway already. It's just, yeah, absolutely insane. But hopefully now we can sort of make the most of the time that we've got left, and really, I don't know, just embrace it. I'm trying to be very in the moment and soak it all in. And you know, you only get your first pregnancy once, so yeah, I'm gonna try and make the most of it, and yeah, just hopefully have a better second half than I did first half. So I'm gonna stop waffling now, because I've been rambling on a while, and I'm gonna insert the clips that I did on TikTok. So apologies, they are in portrait. I'll try and make them look as good as I can, but yeah, sorry about that. Sort of a little bit gutted that I didn't do more, but like I said, at the time I was just, the last thing that I wanted to do was sit in front of a camera. So here we are. Hopefully from now I'll be doing regular updates and maybe some bump dates, because I've definitely got a little bump now, which is just wild. I might do another video talking about just bumps, because I have a lot to say about that as well. But for now, I will cut probably to us finding out, and then I'll be back in another video to, yeah, just bring everyone along and see how this crazy journey pans out. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you in another video. Bye. I'm Paige, and today I am 5 weeks pregnant. So at the minute no one really knows. Very, very few people know. We found out when I was 3 weeks and 1 day, so it already feels like we've known forever, and I'm getting so impatient. I just want to tell everyone, which is really, really hard because I'm a bit of a blabber, so that's a little bit difficult. But I thought I'd make a little bit of a, I don't know, weekly pregnancy update / vlog. Obviously I won't be actually posting this for a few weeks, but I've spent the last few weeks myself just watching other people's videos about how they felt in the first few weeks, and I think it can be really tough because if you're not telling anyone, you know, there's no one to ask and say like, did you feel like this? Was this normal? So I thought I'd come on each week and just have a bit of a chat about how I felt, my symptoms, things like that, and I just think it'd be nice to look back on in the future. So yeah, we found out at 3 weeks and 1 day, which I think is really early, and I almost wished we'd waited a little bit longer because now it just seems like forever ago, and it seems like forever before anything will happen, before we'll go for a scan or anything. But we found out, and I'll do a separate like video about how we found out and everything, because I've got some recordings and they're really, really cute. And I'd say, so the last week 3 and 4, week 3 didn't really have much, was a little bit tired, that was all. Week 4, I've been really tired last week, but tired, like, I can't even explain it, like, you wake up tired, and I just didn't like grasp that before. Like, there is no amount of sleep at the minute that makes me feel not tired. I get to the middle of the day and I'm like, I just want to go to bed, which is making like going to the gym and things really, really tricky. But I'm trying to keep active and keep doing something, just for my sanity. So that one's been a big one last week. What else? I'm so thirsty all the time. I'm literally never far from a drink, and constant going to the toilet. I'd say especially this week as well, the last couple of days, that has got like 10 times worse, and I just need to go to the toilet all the time, and it's the most annoying thing ever because I'm just constantly back and forth to the toilet. And then I'd say my other big symptom this last week has been my boobs have gone probably from a B cup to a D cup in the space of 2 weeks, just over 2 weeks. They're not as bad now, but last week especially was so sore. Just where like I had to go and get like, I mean, complete TMI, but I had to go and get like non-padded bras, and like honestly just so sore. And then a few other things that are sort of a little bit more minor. I've got a lot of congestion, especially in the morning. I just sound like I'm ill, even though I'm not ill, I feel fine. So I've had a lot of congestion. I've been having trouble sleeping. Last week I think I woke up at about 5 o'clock every day, which was less than ideal, because I'm not sleeping very well during the night either, but then I was just wide awake at 5 o'clock. Not so bad this week, touch wood, that's sort of gone. And then as well, last week I had quite bad night sweats. I just wake up absolutely covered in sweat. Again, TMI, sorry, but it's just the reality of it. Which, again, touch wood, haven't been too bad this week. And I think that's about it. This week I've sort of started to notice I'm a lot more hungry. I feel like I'm just constantly eating at the minute, which, you know, isn't, I suppose, a bad thing. My body's working really hard at the minute. But yeah, so we are on, I think, 2 weeks of knowing now. I think it's 2 weeks today since we found out, and we're just so excited. And we sort of keep just looking at each other like, oh my god, this is actually happening, we're doing this. Which, yeah, it's just amazing. I can't wait. So like magical and special. So I'll come back next week to review week 5. Might give it a rating each week out of 10. But yeah, week 4, it's not been too bad. And again, just the tiredness is the main thing. I'm just absolutely exhausted, but that is to be expected, I suppose. So come back for week 5 when hopefully I still won't have any awful symptoms. Thanks for watching. Bye. Hi, I'm Paige and I am currently 7 weeks pregnant. So I'm going to start off by saying I'm full of cold, so excuse that. So I did a video where I basically rated and reviewed my, I think it was 5 weeks pregnant, and I was reviewing week 4. So now I'm 7 weeks pregnant and I'm reviewing weeks 5 and 6. I was gonna do, oh my god, I was gonna do 2 videos, 1 per week, but I've just felt the same for the last 2 weeks really, so I thought there wasn't a lot to update on, and I felt so awful that the last thing I've wanted to do is sit in front of a camera. So over the last 2 weeks, oh my god, the tiredness for starters. I'm just exhausted all the time. I just want to go to sleep. I think as well, because I'm not very well, I just want to go to sleep. It's literally like 7:30 last night and I was like, I could just fall asleep right now. And then the other big one is nausea. Oh my god. And I just, for the last 2 weeks, from the second that I wake up to the second I go to sleep, I feel sick. I've been sick nearly every day. There's been a couple of days that I haven't actually thrown up, which for anyone that knows me, I also have like a fear of vomiting. I've got emetophobia, so I'm not living my best life right now. I'd say that the nausea is worse than actually throwing up. I generally feel a lot better after I've thrown up, but just the constant nausea, and I need to eat like every 2 hours. If I get to 2 hours and a minute, oh, feel sick, start dry heaving. It's awful. I'm just not having a good time right now. And I'd say that's about it, to be honest. I've not really had any other symptoms. I'm not weeing as much as I did at the very start. I'm still trying to drink. I'm keeping fluids down and everything. But food aversions, I just don't want to eat. Even though I'm so hungry that I feel sick, I don't want to eat. I'm just eating like toast, bread, pasta, noodles, plain foods. Like we had a Nando's last night, which was the most adventurous that I've been for the last like 7 weeks, I think. But it was really nice. So yeah, that's it. I'll try and come back in the next week, if there's like a change. If not, I'll probably just leave it, because I don't want to come on and be like, yeah, I feel the same, still shit. So yeah, I hope you all have a lovely week and I'll see you when I see you. Bye. Hi, I'm Paige and I am nearly 10 weeks pregnant now. So the last few weeks I've been doing a little review video where I've talked about any symptoms that I have, and things like that. Just a bit of a natter really. So the last update that I did, I think I was 7 weeks pregnant and I was reviewing weeks 5 and 6. Now I am nearly 10 weeks pregnant and wow, I haven't done a video up to now because it has been rough. Let me tell you, I have been so sick. I've been so ill. I had to go to the doctors and get medication for it, which didn't really work. They just made me feel more sick and really, really drowsy, and I was just falling asleep all the time. So they didn't really work, so I just sort of powered on through it. But yeah, I'd wake up, and if I don't eat as soon as I wake up, I will throw up. Even still now, like I had to sleep in till about 8:30, 9 the other day, and I paid for it because I just need food as soon as I wake up. as soon as I get up at like 7 o'clock I need to eat. So that's not great. I still need to eat every 2 or 3 hours, and if I don't, I feel really, really sick. I feel awful. I get so nauseous. But I'd say that I'm definitely starting to feel like food a little bit more now. Sort of look forward to eating rather than dread it. So that's good. That's definitely a plus. I'm definitely feeling a lot more like myself now, which I'm really, really pleased with, because it's just been an awful few weeks. But yeah, we're getting there. Nearly towards the end of the first trimester now, so I'm nearly 10 weeks, so I've got a couple more weeks to go. And yeah, hopefully I just keep feeling better, just keep going. Just eating little meals and often, but yeah, I've been to the gym once now, which is once more than the last 4 weeks. I did have to spend the next day on the sofa, but I got there, I did it. And other than that, it's been a bit of a dull few weeks. I've just been feeling rough. My boobs absolutely massive. I've never had this issue before. Not quite sure what to do with them. They're getting in the way a bit, but other than that, not really had anything. Got a little bit of a bloated bump belly. I don't know what you want to call it, towards the end of the day, which is quite cute. And yeah, that's about it. Just sick, nauseous, tired, the usual, but 10 times worse than the first few weeks. But yeah, like I said, hopefully we're on the way out of it now and I'll start feeling a lot better. So I'll come back in maybe a couple of weeks and see if I've still got any symptoms then, see how I'm feeling, give a bit of an update. If anything happens in the meantime, I'll jump back on, but if not, I will see you in my next video. Bye! Hi, I'm Paige and I am 12 weeks pregnant now. So the last few weeks, or the last probably 8 weeks, I've been doing little videos to sort of document how I've been feeling each week or each couple of weeks and any new symptoms that I've had. So I think the last video I did, I was 10 weeks pregnant and I was starting to feel a little bit better, which has definitely continued up until now. I'm feeling a lot more like myself. I have a lot more energy, definitely not back to like pre-pregnancy energy, but definitely a lot more energy. I'm eating a lot better now. I'd say my sickness, it's not quite gone. It's definitely still there. On a morning, and if I don't eat as soon as I get up, it's not pretty, but that's got a lot better. I'd say one thing that has started within the last 2 weeks is I'm getting really bad back and hip pain. So like my lower back and my hips just ache so much, especially if I've been out walking anywhere or if I've had a busy day in the house, I've been cleaning up. And I'll sit down and, oh my gosh, my back is just absolute agony. And then that sort of transfers through to the night. And I'm having quite a lot of hip and back pain in the night as well. I have recently bought myself a pregnancy pillow, which seems to be helping. It seems to sort of ease some of that pain when I'm lying on my side. So that's good. I think that's about it, to be honest. There's not been a lot going on. Cravings wise, definitely wanting sweet things, which is so not like me. I don't really eat a lot of chocolate or sweet. I quite like sweets but not chocolate, but at the minute I could just eat all of the chocolate that there is. But other than that, we're doing pretty well. Yeah, I'd say energy levels are definitely coming back. We've had a really busy 2 weeks. It's just been the Easter holidays, and we've had my stepdaughter for the full 2 weeks, so that's been a bit mad. We've been out nearly every day for 2 weeks, so I'm absolutely exhausted now. We go back to work tomorrow, so I'll definitely be going back for a rest. But she's been great. We told her that she's going to be a big sister over the Easter holidays, and she's so excited. And yeah, she just keeps talking about what she's going to do for the baby, what she's going to teach them, how she's going to look after them, and it's so cute. I can't wait to see her become a big sister. And she's been great. She's already very self-sufficient anyway, and she does so much for herself that she just needs she just needs someone there to watch her. So yeah, she's not been any trouble looking after the last couple of weeks. And yeah, that's about it. There's not been a lot else going on. I've got my 12-week scan on Tuesday. It's Sunday today, so I've got that on Tuesday. I've actually had like a countdown going on for it because I'm so excited. I just can't wait to see the little baby again and get some proper pictures. And yeah, just make sure that everything's okay. I don't know about anyone else, but I get so much anxiety before I scan. Just hoping, fingers crossed, that everything's still okay. So that's my sort of 12-week update. There's not been a lot going on, but I will come back and update you how the scan goes, and soon everyone will know, which is really exciting. Okay, thanks for watching. Bye.